Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Asia Rugby Live. It's so good to be back. Thank you very much, guys, for being with us. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are and whatever that you are doing. Thank you very much for tuning in to Asia Rugby Live. And of course, today we have a very interesting topic to talk to speak about. But before we go into that, don't forget to rock the subscribe button of our YouTube, of our Facebook, Instagram page of Asia Rugby Live, and don't forget to turn on the notification button should we have any new updates or new content for you guys. And of course, head on to asiarugby.com for the latest news in regards with rugby. And I would like to congratulate the UAE Under-18s girls team for winning the Under-18s Asia Rugby tournament recently that was held in Tashkent. So that was the starting point of rugby restarting again in the whole of Asia, and I really hope all the tournaments will be running as smooth as possible, as the Asia Rugby trophy is gonna happen soon in Thailand. The Asia Rugby 7 series will be happening soon as well in November in Dubai, and of course all the world tournament that is happening, the rugby championships. And today we're going to talk about the Pekan Olahraga Nasional. That's the tournament that is happening in Indonesia. And of course, our panelists today are in Indonesia. And please welcome three guests from Indonesia, which is Glenn Williams, Yuda Ramon, and also Lydia Veronica Kwan. Very long name. So guys, just to introduce to you guys, Lydia is from Papua Rugby. Yuda Ramon is the Vice President of Indonesia Rugby, and Glenn Williams is a player from Banteng Rugby. Guys, welcome to you guys, and thank you very much for spending time for being with us today, and of course, sharing your wisdom and probably experience on running this tournament, and probably share your excitement on the tournament. So probably we're going to start with ladies first. Lydia. So Lydia, can you share with us, your rugby journey and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Hello, everyone. I would like to say thank you. I'm very grateful to be a part of Asia Rugby Live, and it's a big deal for me actually to be part of this. To be part of Asia Rugby Live. And a little bit about myself. I'm from Papua, Indonesia. I was born and raised here in Papua. And after my high school here in Papua, I got accepted to a full scholarship from my government. And that's how they sent me to study abroad in America or in the United States. And that's actually when I first time heard about rugby. And during my last year of doing my undergraduate degree, and that's when I also play rugby for my school team at the university. Probably that's it about me. And right now also I'm working for as an official for the Papua rugby team in preparation for Pekan Olahraga Nasional, as it was mentioned before. So I think that's enough for me.
Yeah, thank you very much, Lydia. And I can feel that your voice, there's some excitement there. It's just that you're struggling a bit to express it. You know what? I think we are happy to have you. Thank you very much, Lydia, for being with us tonight. And of course, we are looking forward for you to hear your stories and also your wisdom and your excitement in this upcoming Pekan Olahraga Nasional. And of course, the next person I would love to introduce to everyone is Yuda. Yuda is the VP, of the Vice President of Indonesia Rugby, who is, I guess, pretty much responsible for these games, these upcoming games. But before we go into that, probably Yuda, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, and also how you got yourself into rugby?
Well, my name is Yuda Ramon. Basically, my bread and butter is actually as a lawyer. Uh, but I get carried on with rugby and have becoming a member of this great sport since in the mid of early 20. So my first introducing to rugby is actually in amusement park. I was taking my niece or my little cousins to go to Dunia Fantasi is one of the biggest amusement park in Jakarta, and there I met Fikri, uh, currently Indonesian PRUI Secretary General. I met him, and he said that, "You're a big guy. Do you have a guts to play rugby?" And I said, why not? So that is my first introductions to rugby, and then I start playing for Jakarta Banteng Club. Is Banteng means bull. It's different with Banten. Banten is a province, like Glens is a province of Banten in Java. So I was in Jakarta Banteng. I played my first tournament in Bali Tens at the time, and after that I was picked up to joining the national teams. But my passion actually, I was a student activist before when I was in college. So organization is my main thing. So when PRUI have a successions and they want me to become a daily chairman at that time, that is when I brought PRUI or Persatuan Rugby Union Indonesia to become part of Indonesian National Sport Committee or KONI. So that is the one who open up things to everything, to becoming a full member of World Rugby, to becoming a participant for multi events game like Asian Games or Sea Games, and also for this acceptance as a full sport to be played in Pekan Olahraga Nasional or Indonesian National Games in Papua. So it becoming a very central to be accepted by National Sport Committee, and we are developing rapidly from that. So there is a new province coming up, such as Aceh, such as East
Oh,
Kalimantan, East Java, West Java, Yogyakarta. So that is one of the part of that. So that is my rugby journey. And right now I'm becoming a technical delegate for rugby sevens in Pekan Olahraga Nasional.
Thank you very much, Yuda, for sharing that story of how you got into rugby. And of course, I think Indonesia Rugby is in good hands of you as the vice president.
yeah.
You know, having a lawyer on board definitely helps with a lot of things, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And again, and probably Glenn, who is the youngest amongst the lot. Glenn, probably you can share with us your rugby journey. As I really thought Glenn is like, nearing 30s or whatever, but it's actually really young, really young lad who just finished his studies and now, going into the corporate world, just starting his corporate world journey, and but still getting involved in rugby, playing for the Banteng team. So yeah, Glenn, can you share with us your rugby story? I think it's interesting because you played in outside of Indonesia before.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Rod. Thanks for having us on. Yeah, I started playing rugby, I'd say, probably when I'm like 13 years old. It's like an after school activity for the high school. But then after that, um, played a few years of sevens, kept doing it for the at school level. But then I got called up to play for the U20 in the Johor Bahru tournament, the sevens Johor Bahru U20 one in 2013. And then just kept with the sevens, and then up until graduated high school, went to uni, and then I started playing 15s, which is a huge, yeah, very different game, and took a lot getting used to. So I went to Exeter University, and we did played in the Cornish Division One league. So yeah, it was a definitely culture shock going there, but yeah, rugby definitely helped me integrate into uni life quite easily, and yeah, and then graduated, and then came back here, and then was lucky enough to get selected for the 15s team, the Asia Rugby Division 3. Played against India and China in 2019, and then the same year joined the seven setup for the Sea Games in Manila, in Philippines,
Ah,
and
that's
then
great,
now
Glenn.
I'm
Thank you very much for.
yeah.
Sorry, yeah, sorry. I thought you finished
No,
just now.
yeah,
Yeah.
Please
now I'm playing
continue. Yeah.
Banten Rugby for the province. It's a province just outside Jakarta in Java. And yeah, I've been training with them for a few years, and then yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing, guys, about Indonesia. Indonesia is a huge country,
Yeah.
200 million population. That's why we say that Indonesia is the sleeping giant. As you can see, the the title of the show, as from three different people who are from three different places. And three different English accents. Anyway, with Glenn, the obvious English accents. Anyway, okay, yeah. So I think going into just want to talk about the tournament, the Pekan Olahraga Nasional. Glenn, how excited are you going into this tournament after 2 years of being rugbyless in Indonesia?
yeah, it's really exciting because yeah, I think the general training for this started 2018, and then we had the Prapon, which is like I would say like a kind of qualifying to get into this main competition, and um, yeah, that was hard to secure. I think my province we finished top three, which was was very good for us, and we we definitely we're gonna use that hopefully and use that momentum to hopefully win a medal this time in the pond. But yeah, it's very exciting. A lot of hard work, a lot of training sessions, and yeah, but great coaching staff and everyone's very motivated. So it's been really exciting.
And Lydia, talking about the tournament, right? Is
Yeah.
Papua ready for the tournament, Lydia?
We are ready, I think. And it's a really exciting for us, Papua, uh, as we're gonna be the host of Pekan Olahraga Nasional. And we have this tagline that says "Torang bisa." It means that we can. In general, as Papua province, we want to show everyone in Indonesia and even I believe the world that this province in eastern part of Indonesia, they can be a host of such a big multi-event sport like Pekan Olahraga Nasional. And for my team, especially Papua rugby team, we definitely ready um, to win this game because we know this is also the first time rugby is gonna be played in Pekan Olahraga Nasional, so it's another history for us. And also, Pak Yuda, we know uh, we have brand new rugby field, rugby that's really amazing. So yeah, we're ready, and 2 years I think it's really enough for practicing and training to this one tournament. So yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of confidence in your voice. So you think the Papua province will win the tournament?
Yeah, it's our
Yeah, gold medal,
home.
is it? Okay, cool. Ida, from a union standpoint, after what we have gone through, the pandemic and whatnot, will the tournament be able to spark interest of rugby in your country?
Yes, definitely. Uh, Actually, multi-event is the pinnacle of Indonesian sport. Yeah, uh,
Mhm.
every branch of sport is willing to have a determinations to go and be played in pond, because that is the definitely of that sport is becoming part of Indonesian's sport system. About pond itself, the multi-event is a very helpful for us. Suddenly, we have grand budget to do everything, to have a high performance teams, and then we have new facilities like new stadium, new pitch. They even brought equipment for Pon instantly. They built a new stadium uh, with an international standard in Papua, and it will cost us around $8 to $9 million US dollars to build the stadium because Papua is a challenging. We have a logistic problem. Therefore, we need to charge a, 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 what we call a ship, a cargo ship. We need to charter just to bring the equipment to Papua from Jakarta. So it's a very challenging, but it proved it can be developed. And we also have equipment such as 300 balls, and then we have 10 tackle bags, 20 tackle shield, right? And then LED scoring board and a lot of things. A new match set, a com set for the match official purchased by the government. So it was a very good, and it opened access to the province to search and scout talents to play rugby. So no more Yuda Ramon being found by another rugby players in amusement park. No, people actually do a scouting. They go to the village, they go to the forest just to find a very good physical players. They measure their speed, their VO2 max, their strength, and everything, just to make them enter the system for high performance. And it happens in all province. So it was, and they got the budget to do that. And then all the athletes from the province, they have a training camp by itself. Like Papua Rugby, they have a training camp, and then they have budget to go to other province to do what we call sparring partners or friendly match, just to make the team is used to with all the personnel and all the tactics and etc etc. So it's a very good things to have this kind of things happen in in our sport. I think
Mhm.
Malaysia, also Philippines, also Thailand is reaping a benefit of multi-sport events such as Sea Games or Asian Games because it's open a lot of things to have development and a high performance uh, in one time. So high performance development is becoming one of government interests, not just us, not just we love rugby and then okay, let's make auctions or anything to fund the team. No, actually the government have the interest to make a team very good to play from the province level, and then we have a lot of talents to go to the national level to play in international match. So it's very good for us, and I hope this is will happen to every countries where unions can get benefits from the multi-event sport.
Yeah, now I
Yeah.
understand why the Pekan Olahraga Nasional to have rugby in the PON games is really important to you guys. Like you said, there's no money start pouring in. You guys manage to buy new stuff, new equipment. The field is
Yes.
getting developed in Jayapura, and I'm sure Lydia is very happy that the field there's a new field in Jayapura. Probably before this
Yeah.
you were running in mud and a field that is not nice. And probably now you are running in a really nice green field. Yeah, but anyway, just to educate our viewers all over Asia, probably Yuda, you can explain a little bit more. What is Pekan Olahraga Nasional, uh, and probably you can explain a little bit why it's only the first time rugby is being featured in these games.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Pekan Olahraga Nasional means our national, in English is National Sports Week, yeah, or National Games. Actually, the first national games is happened when we are still in the struggle for independence from the Dutch colonial. So it was only one province, which is Yogyakarta at the time, is still not under the Dutch influence. So to build the nationalisms and the patriotisms, they held the first national games for Indonesia, and this time is actually the 20th time that the games is being held in Indonesia. So there is a lot of histories. There is a lot of athletes born from this, and the today in PON 20 Papua, we have more than 38, 36 branch of sport. So there is football, volleyball, rowing, right? And the new sport is rugby, Muay Thai is the new additional that becoming part of the member of PON. Why it takes so long? Why have to take like 20 PON to be included in the game? That's because actually we never uh, we never thinking to enter the the Indonesian sports system at that time. When the organization is still held by expatriates, the only things like, oh, we want to play with Asia rugby competitions only, or something like that, or maybe some little club or opens or something like that. But we never thinks that actually uh, every country have their own sport culture, and becoming the member of the NSC, the National Sport Committee at the time, is actually open up for a lot of things. So when we joined the NSC on the 2014, it opened up for us to go on exhibitions in 2016 uh, Jawa Barat PON, the 19th PON at that time in Bandung. So we
Yeah.
were playing as exhibitions in Bandung, and after that, in PON 20, we are becoming the full branch of sport that being played or include in the PON. So that's why I think local knowledge in developing a union is very important for us, especially as we are Asians, because things are rules different in Asia. It
Yep,
not
yep.
will be the same with maybe in British country or Australia or New Zealand, but I think like Pacific country have their own culture. Indonesia also have their own culture for that. So we need that's why we need take a very long time before we can get to this system.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. And I'm really happy for you guys, especially Indonesia rugby for having rugby finally in the PON games. And I think it also helps when there's, like I said, there's a lawyer in the system of anyway, Glenn, I just want to talk from a player's point of view. Like Glenn, you mentioned to me before the show started, you played in the UK before, in England, in Exeter, in uni, and also in club rugby. And how do you think, in terms of the competitiveness of rugby in Indonesia?
Definitely, when I first came back and then I saw the standard of, remote provinces in Indonesia, and they're competing against each other, and the standard has just gone up so quickly over the last 3 years. Yeah, it's just it's just amazing to see the speed, I think, at which all these provinces developed, and the quality is there. They're improving every time. Every time we have these competitions, they improve every time. And there's and for this pond, I think it'll just be really exciting to see how far everyone's come over those last 3 years training. And yeah, I think it'll be a great showcase, and I think it'll be a very good step forward in developing the game in Indonesia.
And for you, right? You obviously you have donned the national jersey of Indonesia. how proud of you. How what was it like, to represent Indonesia because Indonesia, like I said just now, population of 200 million. You are that minority that is representing that whole 200 million population. So what was it like, representing Indonesia?
Yeah, it was definitely an honor. I grew up watching legends like Yuda play 15s and win Asia Rugby Division Championships before. So yeah, singing the national anthem. Yeah, it was really humbling and really I felt really honored to play both at the 15s and sevens level. And yeah, hopefully I can continue to represent Indonesia in the future.
For sure. So you prefer sevens or 15s?
I think, like I said, I think because if Yuda's here, I'm gonna say 15s because he's the 15 legend. So yeah,
Right, right. So
but they're both, yeah, both. I think
both, yeah. Just because you
I just say
guys here.
both.
Anyway, yeah, okay, yeah. Thanks for that, Glenn. Yeah, of course. To represent the country of, if you are from anywhere, like me, I'm from Malaysia. To represent the country would be the highest honor of, that person. I didn't get the chance, but yeah, good on you, Glenn. And of course, you being at 23
Thanks.
years old, there's so much that you can offer to Indonesia rugby, and I hope, in the future, probably that experience you can, share with your teammates and whatnot. Anyway, moving forward, I think I want to talk about a little bit about the women's rugby, and of course, the women's rugby category has been included in the Pekan Olahraga National Games. Lydia, how important, to have the women's category in this tournament?
Um, yeah, I think it's very important to show to people, especially in Papua, that women can play rugby. Women can play rugby too, and it's okay. Because I think people who don't really know about rugby, they think it's like very hard or very physical games that you're gonna get hurt. So sometimes I tell people that I play rugby and I never really get serious injury. And also there is a sense of proud, when people ask you with like, do you really play rugby? So it's very important um, for 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 rugby to also be played in Pekan Olahraga Nasional for women's team, so that we can attract more women to play rugby, especially in Papua. I know we have many strong ladies in here in Papua that can play rugby as well. So, and there's gonna be many people watching. Many people will come and watch the game that they never really know or heard about this game, and they probably think only guys can play this game. So it's really important that they also include this woman rugby also in the game.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. And I I
Yeah.
I I wanna talk to Yuda from the union standpoint, right? Was women's rugby a focus as well to include women's category for rugby in the PON games?
Well, actually, Indonesia have no problem with women's rugby or gender issues. No, we have no problem with that. Even in the most uh, uh, hardline province like Aceh, which is they are implementing Islamic Sharia, we have a lot of women's, and they are playing very what we call more motivated than we are guys. They play more
Yeah.
eager, you know, we can see in they are grinding so much to play, and when we see a lot of kids also want to joining, like when in Papua yesterday when the Papua governors watched the game, there is a very very young girls and very very eager to play. Uh, they showing that their interest to play the game. So I think our union it's will open and give what we call another extra attentions to make sure that girls will always be involved in this game, because it's part of our pleasure to make sure that this game is being enjoyed by as many as we can.
Yeah.
So that's it why we always in our national competitions, even in age group, we always including girls to play the game. So that's why I think, and we are committed to have that also in the future, to make sure that uh, all gender and will enjoy the game as much as we can.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. I think because of, like I said, the population of 200 million, so the potential is
Yeah.
definitely huge, especially for Indonesia. But I think since you mentioned a lot of, Papua there, you mentioned a few times on Papua. I think you yourself knows the potential of the players of Papua because Papuans are generally islanders, and if you can relate to, Papua New Guinea, they have a really strong rugby
Yes,
league team,
of
and
course.
also like Lydia was giving us a Fiji Fiji jersey picture, right? So saying that, so we know that the what Papuans have to offer, especially in terms of strength, in terms of athleticism. So do you think Indonesia rugby has realized this and probably want to further develop the potential of Papua rugby?
Well, actually, Rod, uh, I have to mention you one thing.
Mhm.
Before we are accepting by the NSC to becoming part of CONI, that's our NSC, right? Papua Rugby is already been included in the province NSC. So you can imagine that, right? Papua is one things that make rugby possible to play in national level. So when I have in this meeting, right, in this general assembly meeting with the all sport stakeholders, what we call the annual meeting of sport, when I presenting what is rugby, blah 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 blah, right, before they accept us as part of their NSC member, the Papua delegate at that time, Pak Henki, is silence everybody by saying, "Don't ask too many questions. I know rugby, and rugby is a very real sport, and we have to accept that." That is how Papua endorsed Indonesian rugby. And for you saying that there will be a most islander with talents, of course, they are huge and they are fast, And our national team is consists around 30 or 40% is a Papuan. So yes, they are a very very important part of Indonesian rugby, and because of them, now a lot of province like Aceh as the newest additional to the pond and is can enjoy this sport. Before that, before we entering the NSC, I don't think Aceh will have a chance to play, but because when we join the NLP is open up everything to the province level, it becoming another hotbed of Indonesian rugby, and they can send two teams, women and men's to pond is a very very uh, surprise for us. A new province have a good talents and now joining as a very strong competitors to the pond.
Oh, nice, man. Definitely, and I think with the help of not only Papuans, I guess the whole of Indonesia combined together, there's definitely huge potential over there. And
Yes.
like I
Yeah.
said just now, with a population of 200 million, you have so many to choose from. But saying that, talking about that, and of course, without development, you can't really get these players. So I want to talk a little bit about the development from Glenn's point of view, from a player's point of view. So how do you reckon in terms of development so far in Indonesia, Glenn?
Yeah, like I said before, I think it's just the pace at which it's just developed, and how just I think the opportunity for someone who hasn't grown up watching or playing rugby has now the opportunity to join the local province club, and then if they're good enough, they represent the province. I think it just shows that this the whole union is really pushing this in a really positive way, and I think it's just going to breed really good players from all provinces, and no matter how remote they are, and it's just going to promote just development of very good talent, and yeah.
And in terms of the level of where Indonesia is right now in Asia, as a player, Glenn, where do you reckon, where do you want Indonesia to be at, and probably for the next 5 years?
Hopefully, definitely, hopefully we steadily improve, organically, and we do it, and the union develops, and I think after this pond, I think the level of the national team will definitely go up, because they've come off because pond was delayed for a year because of COVID. I think they've had an extra year to train, and I think the whole talent, the roster for the Indonesian setup for both 15s and 7s, I think it's just going to improve, and hopefully, we can get promoted in the Asian Rugby 15s, and we can compete in the next Asia trophies, and hopefully Asian Games and SEA Games. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you guys definitely have the potential to do that. Just now I was talking about, Papua Rugby and the potential of Papua Rugby for them to contribute to, Indonesia Rugby. And from your point of view, Lydia, and from what you have seen before, and you are brimming with confidence. You said that, at least you guys got to get a medal or probably win the tournament, in fact, for the PON, right? Because, saying that from your position, Lydia, do you think the athleticism, the size, and also the speed that Papuans have? Do you think this can be developed further, and probably from this, give the firepower to Indonesia rugby team at the international level, and probably compete against other teams in Asia?
Can you repeat the
Yeah, okay, I'll
question? I'm
simplify that.
sorry.
I'll simplify that. So,
Simplify that. Yeah.
yeah, sure, I'll simplify that. Yeah, like I said, Papua players have the athleticism, and also the
Yeah.
speed, the size, to compete with Indonesians. But saying that,
Yeah.
saying that with the potential, do you think that Papuans altogether can contribute more to Indonesia rugby to represent at that international level and compete against the other Asia teams, and to give better result for Indonesia rugby?
Um, I think many province can contribute to Indonesian national team, and not just us Papuan, because even though we have this physical ability, like we have strength and maybe power, but there is this one thing that we Papuans needs to always working on, which is our what do you call, mental, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's one thing that um, in this preparation for Pekan Olahraga Nasional is also one thing that we really working on for our players, so that they not just playing with their with whatever they want, but they also can follow the rules, and have respect for other players as well, and really show the true rugby games. And so I'll say that yes, we can contribute to Indonesia national team, but so it's also I believe that many players from other province as well can contribute together for Indonesia's national team. So, and yeah.
100%. And like I said, 200 million population, you guys have so many to choose from. And
Yeah.
and of course, all the best, guys, for the Pekan Olahraga National Games, upcoming games that's going to be played in Jayapura, right? Yuda?
Yeah.
Yes, in
Jayapura, okay,
Sentani,
yes.
Kabupaten Jayapura.
Okay,
It's a,
awesome, awesome. Yeah, you know what? All the best, guys. And I think you
yes,
guys must be happy, after almost 2 years of being tournamentless, just like
Yeah.
Malaysia. After 2 years, almost 2 years of being tournamentless, and I think you guys must be happy that rugby is coming back. Um, in the competitive level, especially at the national level, and we hope that other countries can follow suit, can follow you guys, can see what's happening, and probably follow the good things that you guys are doing. So yeah, you know what? Congratulations in advance, in advance, of course, as the games has not happened yet, but it's going to happen soon. So yeah, all the best, and you know what? We'll be watching closely from afar. I'm from KL, so I'm going to watch from Kuala Lumpur. Make sure there's going to be live streaming, okay, Yuda?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, they will
Okay,
be.
anyway, yeah.
Okay,
You know what, Yuda, Glenn, and Lydia, thank you very much, guys, for spending
thank you.
time with us tonight. It's been
Thank you.
great, and of course, we are so looking forward for you guys to play competitive rugby. Other countries in Southeast Asia will definitely look forward to it. Don't forget to subscribe and like to Asia Rugby Live, and see you again in the next one. Take care and good night. I'm Rod.
Bye.